Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Google contact for new follower boss person. So I want that every time a new person is created in my follower boss and we get the information of a person, automatically a contact should be created in my Google contacts. For that, we have to create an automation between follower boss and Google contacts with the help of Pabbly Connect. In Pabbly Connect, to start an automation process, we need triggers and actions. In this process, my trigger application is going to be follow boss and my action application is going to be Google Contacts. If you want to learn how to do this automation, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Google Contacts for new follower boss person. So I want that every time a new person is added in my follower boss, automatically with the help of the details of that person, a contact should be created in our Google Contacts. For that, we have to create an automation between follower boss and Google Contacts with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you are a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After that, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in which you can see the 5 functions of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then on a new tab, Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to open. To start an automation process, we need to create a workflow. For that, we have to click on the top right corner button, that is Create Workflow. Then a new window is going to appear in front of us, which is asking for a workflow name. So for the workflow name, I'm going to give it as Google Contacts for new follower boss person. After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, as you can see, I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, we have to click right over here in the drop down, and I want to save this workflow in Google Contacts automation folder right over here. After selecting the folder and giving a name to our workflow, we are going to click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Google Contacts for new follower boss person, and there are 2 windows in front of us. One says trigger, another says action. Trigger and action are the 2 most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these 2 steps. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but various action steps. So we are going to set up our trigger step. For that, we have to click on this arrow right over here. It is asking for us to choose our trigger application. And as in the introduction, I've already told you that a trigger application is going to be follower boss. So I'm going to select follower boss. After that, it is asking for us to select our trigger event, and our trigger event is going to be new person added. So we have selected our trigger event as new person added because every time a new person is added in our follower boss, automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response. After that, we are going to click on Connect in order to connect follower boss with Pabbly Connect. Then a new window is going to appear in front of us, and we are going to click on Add New Connection. But if you have an existing connection, you can choose this option. After that, it is asking for us for the API key. So we have to get our API key. For that, as you can see, directions to find API key is mentioned right here below. We have to open our follower boss account. So you can see this is my follower boss account, and I'm going to search for the API key. For that, we have to click over here on admin. After that, you can see on this taskbar, we have to click on more right over here. And then as you can see over here, it says API. We are going to select this. After that, you can see there are multiple API keys. So we are going to create our own API key. So we have to give a name to our API key. So I'm going to give a name as test lead. After giving a name to our API key, we are going to create our API key. As you can see, we have created an API key. We are going to copy this from here, and we are going to paste it right over here. After that, we have to click on Save. After selecting a trigger application and trigger event and setting up a connection between follower boss and Pabbly Connect, we have to click on Save and Send Test Request. So as you can see right over here, it is saying waiting for response. So I'm going to generate a test lead. For that, I'm going to open my form that I've created with the help of JotForm, so that every time I submit a form submission with the help of JotForm, automatically a lead or a person will be generated in my follow-up boss. So I'm going to submit a dummy response. Firstly, it is asking for the first name, so I'm going to write it as demo01. For the username, I'm going to write it as user. For the email, I'm going to write it as demoUser01@pabblytudes.com, and lastly for the phone number, a dummy mobile number. So after filling all the details, I'm going to click on submit to submit the form. As you can see over here, it says your submission has been received. So now I'm going to open my Pabbly Connect and I'm going to check whether a response is captured in our Pabbly Connect or not. For that, I'm going to open my Pabbly Connect account. So as you can see over here, a response is captured in our trigger step. So as you can see over here in the response that Pabbly Connect has captured, there is no information regarding the person who have generated the lead. For that, what we are going to do is, we are going to get the information of the person who have generated the lead. For that, we are going to click on this add button right over here to add an action step. And we are going to select our action application. For that, we are going to select it as follow-up boss again. And now our action event is going to be get a person. With the help of this action event, we are going to get the information of the person with the help of the ID that we have received in our trigger step. After that, we have to click on connect right over here. And as I have the existing connection, I'm going to click on save. After that, it is asking for the person ID. For that, we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So if we will map the data will become dynamic. That means every time a new response will be captured in our trigger step, automatically the data over here will be updated. For mapping the data, we are going to click right over here. As you can see, this is the previous response from our trigger step. We have to click on this arrow right over here, and this is the data from our previous step response. We want to map the data for the person ID, so we are going to map the data for the ID right over here. So what will happen is that every time a new response is going to be captured in our trigger step, automatically the data over here will be updated. So now we are going to click on save and send test request. So as you can see, a response is received in our action step. Over here, it has all the information of the person who has created the lead. For the first name, it says demo01. For the last name as user. For email, an email address. And for the phone number, a dummy mobile number. This means that we successfully got the information of the person. So now what we are going to do is, now we are going to set up our another action step. For that, we have to click right over here. As we want to generate a contact with the help of the person who have generated the lead in our follow-up boss. For that, we are going to select our action application as Google Contacts. And our action event is going to be create contact, so that every time a new person is added in a follow-up boss and we get the information of the person who is added, automatically a contact should be created in our Google Contacts. To connect Google Contacts with Pabbly Connect, we are going to click on connect. Then a new window is going to appear in front of us, on which we are going to click on add new connection. But if you have an existing connection, you can choose this option. After that, we are going to click on sign in with Google. Then a new window is going to appear in front of us, on which it is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on allow, as this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on allow. As you can see, we have successfully authorized Google Contacts with Pabbly Connect. So after that, it is asking for all this information like first name, middle name, last name, and there are multiple informations right over here. So I'm going to fill in all these details. Firstly, for the first name, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. For that, I'm going to click right over here. As we want to map the data for a person, so we are going to click over here on this arrow right over here on follow boss get a person. As we want the data for the first name, so I'm going to map the data for the first name right over here. So as I've mapped the data, this data has become dynamic. That means every time a new response is captured in our previous step, automatically the data over here will be updated. I'm going to skip the step for the middle name. If you want, you can fill the details. After that, it is asking for the last name. So I'm going to map the data again. Click right over here. Click on this arrow right over here. As we want the data for the last name, I'm going to map it. After that, it is asking for the name prefix, suffix. If you want, you can fill all these details. After that, it is asking for the gender. So I'm going to select the gender as male. Then it is asking for the email work. So I'm going to map the data again. Click right over here. Click on this arrow right over here. As it is asking for the email, so I'm going to select the email right over here. So I've mapped this data for the email. After that, it is asking for all this information. I'm going to skip it. I want to enter the information for the phone number work. So for that, I'm going to map the data again. Click right over here. Click over here. And as we want the data for the phone number, I'm going to map the data for the phone number. After that, it is asking for all these other information. I'm going to skip this part. If you want, you can enter all these details according to your need. After that, I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request. As over here, you can see a response is received. So I'm going to open my Google Contacts and I'm going to check whether a contact is added in my Google Contacts or not. For that, I'm going to open my Google Contacts. We are going to click on Refresh. As you can see, a contact is added in my Google Contacts. For the name, it says demo01 user. For the email as demoUser01@pabblytunes.com. And for the mobile number, a dummy mobile number. So this means we have successfully created an automation between Follow-up Boss and Google Contacts successfully with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now for all of you guys, I'm going to add a new person in my Follow-up Boss by generating a lead with the help of the form that I've created in my Jot form. So I'm going to click on Refresh. As you can see, this is the form that I've created. So I'm going to add a new person with the help of this form, and I'm going to check whether according to the new form submission, a contact is added in my Google Sheet or not. So I'm going to submit the form response. So I'm going to fill in all the details. So as you can see, I've filled all the details in this form. I'm going to click on Submit to submit this form. As you can see over here, it says the submission has been received. So now I'm going to open my Google Contacts and I'm going to check whether a contact is added in my Google Contacts with the help of the person that we have created in a Follow-up Boss or not. For that, I'm going to open my Google Contacts. I'm going to click on Refresh to refresh the page. And as over here, you can see a contact is added in my Google Contacts. For the name, it says testaccount01. For the email as testaccount01@pabblytunes.com. And lastly, for the phone number, a dummy mobile number. So this means that we have successfully created an automation between Follow-up Boss and Google Contacts successfully with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I wanted that every time a new person is added in my Follow-up Boss, automatically a Google Contact should be created with the help of the information in our Follow-up Boss. For that, we have created an automation between Follow-up Boss and Google Contacts with the help of Pabbly Connect. In Pabbly Connect, to start an automation process, we need to create a workflow. So I have created a workflow in my Pabbly Connect in the name of Google Contacts for new Follow-up Boss person. And I have trigger and action steps. For the trigger step, I've taken my trigger application as Follow-up Boss and my trigger event as new person added. That means every time a new person is added in my Follow-up Boss, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response. And in this trigger step, we just get the person ID, not the full detail of the person who is added in our Follow-up Boss. For that, we have added another action step in which we have taken our action application as Follow-up Boss and our action event as Get a Person. That means every time a new person is added in our Follow-up Boss and we get the ID from our previous trigger step, automatically in this step, we'll get the information of the person with the help of ID generated in our previous trigger step. After that, lastly for our action step, we have taken our action application as Google Contacts and our action event as Create Contact. That means every time a person is added in a new Follow-up Boss, automatically with the help of the information, a contact will be created in our Google Contacts. So this is how we create an automation between Follow-up Boss and Google Contacts with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, Comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video. So not just with these applications, you can automate more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubt, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask us queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any questions regarding the Pabbly Connect pricing, you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel.